Hello everyone, this is excandersham here from Ghostlands EU, and this is part 12 of the World of Warcraft Cataclysm Let's Play. And for the first 2 minutes of this video, I do want to be going over what's actually happening with the series. Now, I do realise that it has been a long time actually making the series, and I really do want to apologise for this because I really didn't expect it to take this long. Usually when I actually make a Let's Play, I usually want to bring it out quickly, and this is kind of annoying because I've actually got two Let's Plays I'm trying to do, like the Alan Wake one and this one, and also the Minecraft one, and I don't understand why I'm having so much trouble actually bringing these out quickly. It's mostly because of my uni work and the fact that I get home late, and because I get home late, my commentary gets shit, and I think that's what happened to the Rift ones. Now, I did have some Rift Let's Plays up yesterday, but after I uploaded them and actually listened to them, and I did get a few dislikes as well. But as soon as I said, this is absolute shit, I can't actually keep these up, so I deleted them. And apparently that cost me 5 subs. I don't understand why, because I really don't understand why people would hate me for getting rid of videos that were clearly not good. I really don't want to continue to do this, so if there is a video that's clearly horrible, I will try and redo the content. Like, what I've actually done here is that I did the commentary for the next 2 videos in the series, this one and the one after this, but after listening back on them, they were just so terrible, I really couldn't go through. So what I want to do now is I want to make sure that my commentary is excellent, or at least passable, before I actually put anything up. But I really want to bring these videos out quicker, so after Wednesday, that's the last coursework I have for the year. I still get exams and things, but I will have a lot more time then to actually make these videos, and I do want to finish the entire Let's Play in 2 weeks. This doesn't mean I'm sick of the Let's Play, because I do want to start a Horde Let's Play right after this one, but it's really ridiculous because it has been a month and a bit now ever since I started, and I'm only on Deepholm. And it has been because of my computer. Like, I had a lot of computer troubles for like a week and a half. Then I had internet troubles, which means I couldn't upload anything. And then I had an idea, what was a brilliant idea of me like deleting all my videos. So it's basically my fault in every way. So if you are following the series, I'm sorry, and I will try and bring out some new video. There should be 1 video up for the next 4 days, because I actually have, 4 days or 3? 3 days, and then I will be putting stuff up. But wait, if you're wondering about the Rift Let's Play, that has actually been cancelled because I have found that it's too late now to actually continue it, because the open beta will be finished tomorrow, or the day that I actually upload these, so it's irrelevant now to actually put them up. So I'm sorry if you were looking forward to this, but I do not play Rift, or I will not actually be buying it. So yes, I might actually, I don't know if there's any like interest in actually making a Rift Let's Play. I might be able to do it just for that, but I really want to buy some other games instead, like Dragon Age 2 or StarCraft 2, because I actually haven't actually bought StarCraft 2, which is kind of like shit, to be honest, because I really wasn't that interested in the StarCraft 2, but actually after watching some videos I just have to get into it now. The quest thing we're doing here for the rest of this video is going to be on the Earthen faction. Now, specifically, the reason we're helping the Earthen is not out of any like loyalty towards the Earthen, or because we actually want to help the dwarven ancestors. It's because the Earthen have actually got the second fragment for the world pillar, and in order to actually survive this zone and make sure Azeroth is safe, and to actually leave the zone properly, we need to help the Earthen, regardless of whether this is a pain in the ass to do so. However, the Earthen are quite close to the dwarves, so I don't really have that much trouble helping them, even if it's quite a long and arduous process, because we actually have to do an entire campaign. We actually have to help them in an entire war campaign against the Trogs. Apparently the Trogs have decided to infiltrate Stonehoof and decided to come from the earth itself through the Stonehoof structures and attack the Earthen. And the quest we got here is we need to collect thunderstones for the front line to attack these Trogs using catapults, and we also have to seal the various earthen structures in order to avoid the Trogs fighting on 2 fronts, because currently the Earthen are fighting on 2 fronts, and that isn't conclusive to winning a war. If you know anything about war or RTS strategies, splitting your forces, you actually have to fight on 2 fronts, usually will make you die, because you can't actually fight effectively on 2 fronts at the same time. I don't actually want to compare it to any real life conflict, because it will just show my inability to actually understand history. But to be honest, the best way I can do it is World War II. The German forces decided to attack Russia and fight the Allied on the African front, fight them on the Western front, and fight them in the Russian front. And that's splitting your forces 3 times, which means that you have less resources. And if any problem, it's a hard process to actually get resources if you're in trouble, and if you are failing, usually you won't be able to defend yourself if a war goes badly, because all your forces are fighting on another front, and if you draw forces from that front, more likely that that front will fall as well, so it just leads to a chaos chain reaction. The quest we have to do here is we have to collect 6 catapult parts. I don't know why catapult parts have been thrown over everywhere by the Trogs. The other thing is we have to heal up some injured Earthen so they can go back into the fray, and the other thing is we need to just kill 12 Trogs. This might actually be a good way of actually leveling by grinding in the zone. I don't know how effective this might be, but if you've got something like a Prot Paladin, it might be a good idea to actually pull up a lot of these Trogs, because there are a lot in the area and they do seem to respawn quite quickly. But to be honest, if you actually want fun, I wouldn't recommend this. There isn't really any like massive push or record for actually leveling, or not that's actually being tracked. There might actually be some sort of forum where they compare the leveling times between them, but considering this is way after the game now, and there isn't any like server who said server first anything, it really is no point actually giving tips on how to level the most effectively. Usually I will just say quest. If you like questing, quest, because it's probably the most fun way of leveling, and doing some dungeons as well would probably be extra fun just to make the experience a little bit better rather than just continually questing. But considering the Cataclysm questing is probably some of the best in MMOs, questing throughout your entire leveling experience isn't something that will cause you big grief. After you've handed in those quests, by the way, you will get a quest which you will have to escort an earthen catapult to the next questing location. This is the easiest quest in the entire freaking zone. I don't know why this is even remotely hard, because the stone trogs that actually attack the catapult barely do any damage to the catapult, and they only have 8,000 HP each, so you can just rip through them incredibly easy. The reason you're actually pushing this catapult to the front lines is we're actually pushing the catapult behind the initial Trog lines and attacking the Trogs will actually bringing some new... Well, what the Trogs have decided to do is they've actually constructed their own army of Boglords. Or I don't know if they've constructed an army of Boglords, or whether they're agitating Boglords in the area, but they decide to actually run at a massive catapult line, which is not a good idea if you want to actually fight a successful war, because if you know that an enemy has artillery in an area, you don't want to rush into that area. To be honest, you should avoid that area entirely. It's like an idea where you've got like 100 men, and the enemy have... you've got 1,000 men, and the enemy have 100 men. Now, if that was in a full-out, just like normal fight, usually you would expect the 1,000 men to win. But if the 100 men were at the opposite edge of a minefield, it's not a good idea to rush for the minefield, because by the end of the campaign through the minefield, you might actually be in a situation where you've got less men than the actual things you're actually fighting, because you lost so much due to environmental reasons or through mechanical reasons that you just lost your entire advantage. And this seems to be what the Trogs are doing. Sorry, I hit the actual mic there. It seems to be what the Trogs are doing. Instead of actually fighting the Earthen and fighting a war of attrition, as clearly the Trogs have a way... They've got a numbers advantage, but they seem to be throwing it all away at every possible opportunity by making some very basic mistakes. But of course, the Trogs aren't known for their intelligence, so it does make sense in that regard. The questing in this area here, by the way, where all these mushrooms are, is quite difficult unless you actually follow the advice, so do pick up a golem. The reason for this is you'll be fighting a lot of pulls where you actually have to fight 3 Trogs at once. Now the Trogs can actually do quite a bit of damage, and if you do not have a healing ability, you might actually need to use drinks or food in between pulls. But the reason you want the golem is instead of all 3 of them fighting you at once, you will only have 1 or 2 of them fighting or dealing damage on you. By the end time you've killed 2 of the mobs, usually the golem will have killed the 3rd. If you're a herbalist, you will want to stay in this area if you've got the golem, because there are a ton of herbs in this area. It's ridiculous. While I was leveling on my initial character as a Death Knight, I had herbalism, and there was about 10 herbs in the same location, so I probably made a few hundred gold from actually farming, because I managed to get 2 full stacks just from farming there. However, it was a pain because I didn't actually have the golem, and so I had to fight like multiple mobs at once, which wasn't very nice, because a nice little Tauren came and flew down and stole 2 of my herbs at the end, which was not very nice of him, to be honest, especially since Tauren have got that buff now, which lets them herb much quicker than anyone else. So thank you for watching, guys. I hope you liked this video. I hope to see you in part 13 of the Deepholm / Cataclysm Let's Play. If you want to like the video, please like. If you want to comment, please comment. If you want to subscribe, please subscribe. And I hope to see you again. So thank you for watching, guys. Peace out.